Welcome to Mini Mod Showcase, where today the showcase is in fact not mini. For those who missed it, last December I did a series here on this channel called Mini Mod Showcase. It was inspired by a friend of mine, Happy, who live streams every single day of the month of December, all the way till Christmas. I wanted to do something similar, but because I know I would not be able to keep up that level of consistency when it comes to streaming, I decided to go for shorts instead. Take my regular content, put it in a short form format, and bam, you got Mini Mod Showcase. I uploaded one episode every single day for the entire month of December, but I quickly realized that the majority of my viewers doesn't watch any shorts. And that is why today I'll be covering them all in one big video. Welcome to the entirety of Mini Mod Showcase 2024, where we're checking out 31 incredible mods for Minecraft. The first mod we're covering today is none other than Jade. Now Jade is kind of an information mod for Minecraft. As soon as I look at an item or a block, like for example this log, it will tell me what I'm looking at the top of my screen. So currently that's an acacia log. When I look at this flower, that is what it will display. When I look at this amethyst bot, that is what it will show. And it doesn't just work on items and blocks, but also on mobs. So now I can see that it's a sheep, but also how much health it has. And when it loses health, it will also display that. When I put stuff in a furnace like this, it will show me what's in the furnace, but also the progress. So I can literally see as soon as something is done, which is really useful. I can even see what items are present inside of a chest. And something I actually didn't mention in the original short is that this mod is highly compatible with third-party mods. So if you have a mod that adds new blocks and items and mobs to your game, Jade will most likely recognize those, which is awesome. Now the next mod we're looking at today is called Apple Skin. Now Apple Skin is a really cool mod that visualizes your hunger in Minecraft. So right now you can see my hunger bar is full, but there is a little outline around the first few hunger icons. That is my saturation. And when I go and run around, you can see a bar fill up. That's my exhaustion. So the way it works is as soon as my exhaustion fills up completely, my saturation will go down by 1. So as long as I keep running, the bar will go up and my saturation will go down. Keep doing this enough times and eventually you will have no saturation left. And when that's the case, as soon as the bar fills up again, you will actually lose hunger. Now, as soon as you've lost hunger and maybe even some health, there we go, you can take food in your hands that will then visualize how much it will regenerate. So the baked potato, for example, will fill up all my health, it will fill up all my hunger, and like you can see, it will even give me some saturation. While the enchanted golden apple, for example, does the same thing, but gives me a lot more saturation. So when I actually eat it, everything is now restored. You can see the saturation goes down quickly. That is because generating hearts takes saturation. You can also hover food to see how much it will actually regenerate, so that way you can easily see what is the better food to eat. Now, good to keep in mind is that this mod doesn't change anything surrounding how the hunger system in Minecraft works. It just visualizes information that's otherwise invisible. So it is a very cool client-side mod that you can use in single player and multiplayer that just gives you a bit more info about hunger in this case. Now, next up we have a mod that I use all the time. Literally. It is called 3D skin layers. And it is a mod that will make it so that the outer layer of your Minecraft skin renders in full 3D. So right now you can see that the outer layers of my skin are fully rendered. They're not just laying and floating on top, they are actually rendered fully. And it looks so great. But this effect becomes way more clear when you look at the skin that actually has a lot more 3D layers. So you can see the arms are rendered in 3D, the hair is rendered in 3D, shoulders here as well. It just looks so incredibly good. In my opinion, this is how 3D layers of skins should work. It looks incredible. Something else that looks incredible is Better F3. I think we all know that the default F3 menu is kinda messy, and this mod completely solves that. When I click on F3 now, bam, you can see that stuff is color-coded and reorganized, and generally just easy to understand and read. This mod is literally just a must-have if you like looking at information in the F3 menu. It makes it better in literally every way. I don't know what else to say. It is just great. And something else that's great is mouse tweaks. So mouse tweaks just does a few small things, but but as soon as you get used to them, they are such a quality of life improvement. So let's say you want to make 3 chests. Then with left mouse button, you will spread out all of your oak planks and you will get 8. I mean, you can click 3 times, but of course we want to shift click and that is something we cannot do now. If you would use right click though, you can only rotate once, but then you would have to let go of your right mouse button, click again, and then draw another round. But with mouse tweaks installed, something that you can do is simply hold right mouse button, keep dragging around, and you can see every single time only 1 block gets added, meaning we can easily craft 3 chests just like that. Or let's say we just want to grab the iron from this chest. Something we can do is simply grab the iron with the left mouse button and then drag over all the other iron to just stack them together. But let's say we just want to loot this entire chest and we don't care about what items, we just want it all. Simply hold shift, left click and drag. There we go. Believe me, this is a game changer if you want to loot quickly. What is also a really fun mod is FabriShot. Now FabriShot is a mod that allows you to take high quality screenshots inside of Minecraft. When I made the short in Minimod Showcase, I actually got a bunch of comments saying, why would you need this? Well, if you want to take a screenshot inside of Minecraft that you, for example, want to use as a background, or if you want to make a thumbnail for, let's say, a video, it's kind of nice to have a high quality screenshot that is actually in higher quality than your screen resolution. Now with FabriShot, you can take one by pressing F9. Huge screenshot has been taken. And when you have mod menu installed and then go to the FabriShot settings, you can over here change a bunch of information. So for example, the file name, if you should overwrite normal screenshots or not, and then you can even choose the quality. So this is the quality by default, which is 4K, but if you would click on 4X, it will be even higher. Another really cool mod that I actually can't live without is Zoomify. So Zoomify is a mod that allows you to zoom inside of Minecraft. Literally the thing I'm doing here right now. You have 2 main buttons. There's one automatic zoom, which when you click the button, you will just zoom in to a certain point and then it will stop. So it only goes this far. And then there is another zoom which you will have to hold. But the hold one is actually really nice because you can use the scroll wheel to zoom in even more. And even though my shaders glitch it up a little, just look how close I can get to a block. So this is a block of iron, and when I zoom out, it's barely visible. Now of course I use this mod a lot to zoom in on myself in videos, but also for just casual survival, this can be extremely useful. And another great mod is Dynamic Crosshair. So this is a mod that will change your crosshair depending on what you're doing in game and where you're looking at. So when I'm looking at nothing, my crosshair will be invisible. When I'm looking at a block, this is what it will look like. But when I, for example, grab a sword and I then look at a pig, then it will look like this. That looks pretty clean. When I hold an axe and look at a tree, it will look like this. But when I look at a block that is not supposed to be broken with an axe, like for example dirt, it will give me a red cross in the middle. Same thing goes for stone. But when I grab my pickaxe, it will be like, yeah, go and break it. But now, of course, it will give me a red cross when I look at the log. Then when holding a hoe and looking at the ground, it will look like this. And if I hold sugarcane that I want to replant, this is what it will look like. Now again, when you have mod menu installed, you can go to the dynamic crosshair settings. And over here, you can literally change the whole behavior of this mod. You can change the style of everything. You can even choose a custom color if that's something that you want. And you can even add custom tweaks. So things that are by default not configured in this mod, you can add yourself. That is so cool. Another mod I can truly not live without nowadays, and I'm still surprised how little people know about this mod, is Resourceify. So Resourceify is an in-game browser for all sorts of Minecraft content. Meaning, when I click on single player, there will be a little plus button at the top right of my screen. When I click on there, I'm able to easily install Minecraft maps just with a single click. When I click on options and go to resource packs, the same button is available. I can now just download a resource pack from here and it will immediately apply to my game. You have full control over what platform you want to download them from, and there are even a bunch of filters available if you just want to browse for a little. Now the same thing works for shader packs. So by clicking on plus, we can just choose a shader pack we want to install. Installing is really easy. Let's say I want to install complementary shaders. We can simply click on it and then we click on install. It's done. That's it. You got it. When we go back, there it is. And this works for data packs as well. So when we click on single player and we create a new world, we can then go to more and after that data packs, and bam, there we have the beautiful plus button again. Click on there and you're able to select data packs. So if you want spawn animations or vein miner in vanilla Minecraft survival, you can totally go for it. Every single time I cover this mod on my channel, I get so many comments from people who had never heard about this mod before. And I don't get why it's not more popular, because yeah, it has over 1 million downloads, but for the incredible functionality it has, 1 million is actually surprisingly low. At least it's little compared to our next mod, Chunky. So Chunky is a mod that allows you to pre-generate your Minecraft world. And you might be like, why would I want that? Well, if you're playing single player, generating the world is the most hardware intensive task your Minecraft can perform. So, while you're exploring your world, your game might lag. By pre-generating your world, your game doesn't have to generate it anymore, but it just has to load the terrain. And that is way less intensive. In other words, it prevents lag. After having Chunky installed, to activate it, all you have to do is type /chunky radius and then a radius you want Chunky to pre-generate in. So for example, 1000, and then we can type /chunky start to actually let it start the pre-generation. And there we go. After it's done, you're gonna have a great time and hopefully lag will be no more. Now another incredibly useful mod is Inventory Profiles Next. This is a mod that adds a bunch of features to Minecraft that allows you to manage your inventory and sort stuff. So for example, you see this messy chest over here. Well, when we click on sort inventory, everything is now sorted. You can sort it in rows if that is something you prefer. You can see that all the materials that are related to each other are stuck together. So all the wood is here on the left, the weapons are in another row, and these more rare and valuable items like Heart of the Sea and Nether Star are also in the same row. Now there's also an option to easily stack stuff. So let's say I have Jungle Stairs, Strip Jungle Log and Prismarine Shard in my inventory. I can simply click on this button over here and bam, all of those items will be drawn from the chest right into my inventory. But if it's the other way around, so all of these items are in the chest, and I then click on this button, then all of the items in my inventory will stack to the items inside of the chest. And then I can sort them again. I think you get it. It's so useful. Now here on the top left, you also have a config button. So if you want to completely customize how this mod behaves, you can. It's totally up to you. But with the amount of items in Minecraft right now, which are a crazy lot, it is really nice to be able to just sort everything with a single click. Now the next mod, even though I've covered it many times, still just is an amazing one. Sinitra Connector. For those who don't know what this mod is, it is a mod for Forge that allows you to run Fabric mods on Forge. So basically what it does is it adds the Fabric API to Forge so that the majority, definitely not all, but the majority of the Fabric mods can run on a Forge installation. Now to be fair, nowadays a lot of Fabric mods are also made for Forge and the other way around. But in some situations, this can be really useful. For example, if you're playing a Forge exclusive mod pack and you want to make cool recordings with, for example, the replay mods. As replay is exclusive to Fabric, that wouldn't be possible by default, but with Sinitra Connector, you can do it. And while it is definitely not perfect yet, and they still have a lot of stuff to improve, if it can even still be improved, just the whole concept of bringing the modding community closer together by bridging the gap between all of these different mod loaders, that is just awesome. I love that, and I really hope that this project will keep developing, and maybe someday we will even see an alternative that truly allows you to run any mod on any client. I really hope this project will keep going and keep developing, and hopefully someday any Fabric mod can just run on Forge or the other way around without any issue. I mean, that will be the dream. Now, the next mod has little functionality, but the functionality it does have is great. It is none other than Item Highlighter. This is a mod that highlights items as soon as they enter your inventory. So when I break this flower, and I then pick it up, when I open my inventory, you will see there's a little star next to it, indicating that it's new. The star will disappear as soon as I close my inventory or when I hover it, and then all the new items I pick up once again will get highlighted in my inventory. And that is all it does. And you might think to yourself, wow, that is little functionality, and you would be right. But it is so incredibly handy to see what's new. especially because Minecraft has so many items. To see what items have recently been added is really powerful. And this is one of a few mods you definitely want to install if you want to step up your inventory management game. Now for the next mod, we're back in the Minecraft main menu, because we're checking out one of the most powerful mods available right now, and it is none other than VIA Fabric Plus. This is a mod that allows you to join any Minecraft server, no matter what version it's in. So when we go to multiplayer, you will see that this Minecraft server, Hilke Maps, is in version 1.20.4. My current installation is 1.21.3. In other words, there is no way for me to get into this server. But this is where VIA Fabric Plus comes in. This mod allows you to just casually change your Minecraft version so that you can join a server anyway, even though the version of the server and the version of your client are not compatible at all. So if I now select 1.20.4 over here, and we then go back to the main menu, and I now refresh my server list, all of a sudden I can get in. And it does actually work. It is as easy as that, and the server fully works. I can just go and parkour now, even though my client version is much higher than the version of the server. That is crazy cool. Now back to a mod that visually enhances your game a lot, even though it does very little. It is Legendary Tooltips, and this is a mod that changes up the tooltips inside of Minecraft. So when I hover a wooden sword, you can see the tooltip looks a lot nicer, and the sword even has a little rotating animation, which looks great. Now a regular tooltip in Minecraft will now look like this, so pretty cool but nothing special. But for more rare and special items, the tooltip will change. So this is, for example, an iron sword. This is a gold sword, which looks the same, but then we got diamond. Bam! That looks so super cool. And then next to that, netherite. Even more beautiful. The mace has the same look as netherite gear. All the diamond gear also has the same diamond look. But then, the totem of undying. Look at that. That is such a beautiful design. Or what about the end crystal? I just love this one. It looks so clean. The firework rocket also looks great. I love the fiery look of it. All special arrows have cool tooltips too. Enchanted golden apple also looks beautiful. Churros fruit is of course end themed, because that's the only place where you can find it. And while this is what the tooltip of a normal bottle looks like, if you stumble upon somewhat of a more rare bottle, then it will look like this. I think you get it. This mod will make your tooltips look absolutely incredible and make your rare items stand out even more. By the way, honorable mention, redstone items look really cool as well. Then next, we got one of the best alternatives for a Minecraft server when it comes to playing Minecraft in multiplayer, the Essential mod. So the Essential mod is a mod for Minecraft that allows you to invite other players to join your single player Minecraft world. It is able to do this because the plugin adds a bunch of things like, for example, and most importantly, a friend list. So when you click on social, you're able to see all of your friends. And when you go to host world and then select the world you want to play, you can first simply select some basic world settings like the game mode, difficulty, if cheats should be allowed or not, and if the resource pack you're using should be shared with other players that join your world. And then you can simply invite players. Click on plus, click on host world, and bam, you're in. In the escape menu, when you click on the little globe button, you're able to see who is currently in your world. You can change some game rules and some general settings. And you can now just play one single player world together without needing any server or any LAN connection whatsoever. It just works. What might be even cooler is that it's also fully compatible with modded Minecraft. Of course, if you're gonna play modded Minecraft, all the players that want to play in the modded world will need to have those mods installed. But let's say you want to play RLCraft together, you can simply install the mod pack plus the essential mod, then make sure all your friends install the correct mod pack as well, then invite them to your world. And now you're playing RLCraft together. It is great, super simple, and highly recommended if you're looking for an alternative to hosting a Minecraft server for your friends. The next mod brings your particles in-game to a whole new level. It is called Visuality, and it introduces a bunch of new particles to the game. So when I spawn in a slime, you can see that every single time it jumps, particles will appear around it. And when we spawn in a chicken and we then hit the chicken, you can see it will lose feathers. Also a brand new visual effect. Then when we spawn in a skeleton under a tree because it's day and we then hit it, it will lose some bones. But that's not all. Things that glister inside of Minecraft, like for example gold ore or amethyst, they will actually have a glistering effect, which looks so cool and clean. While these extra particles might seem insignificant, these extra little details in the world are are awesome and they really help you to get drawn into the world. So I would definitely recommend getting it. Now the next mod of today is none other than Distant Horizons. Now Distant Horizons is probably the most popular mod on today's list. It grew to fame very quickly. And it is a mod that will generate fake chunks outside of your actual render distance. Here in the water you can actually see where my render distance ends. So my render distance is currently set to 12 chunks. You can see that this is where those 12 chunks end. Everything outside of it is quote unquote fake. Now, it is not really fake, but instead of fully rendering the terrain, it renders a low quality version of it. So when I zoom in using Zoomify, you can see it doesn't look like terrain at all. It looks very weird up close, but if you don't zoom in, it looks like solid terrain. I mean, that over there. You can see it is supposed to be a broken nether portal, but when you zoom in, you can see it is not that. Now, while this is still somewhat heavy on your CPU, meaning it's not perfect, loading these low quality chunks outside of your actual render distance is a lot less resource intensive than just setting your render distance crazy high. It is definitely not a perfect solution, but if you want high render distance, this is for sure a solid way to get it. Because being able to look at mountains that are so immensely far away, that is just really cool. Now the next mod on today's list is more mob variants. Now this is a mod that will literally add more variants of every single Minecraft mob to your game. So for example, this sheep over here is not a normal sheep. It looks a little different. It is a different variant. Then here we got once again another type of sheep. But there are also different variants of cows and horses and chicken. Like pretty much every single mob now has more variants. Now in the initial mini mod showcase, I got a bunch of comments from people asking me, Kasai, are these not just retextures? Why is this a mod and not a resource pack? And the reason it is a mod is because of the way it works. So every single time a mob spawns, there is a chance it will be a different variant. It can be a normal variant, it can also be a random other one. And the mod aspect is what allows this to happen. Now other than the visuals, the mobs are still the same. So when you kill it, you will get the same loot, nothing is different on that end. It just adds a bit more depth to your world by letting mobs having different variants. It's pretty cool. Now moving on to the next mod, we got Vein Miner. Now Vein Miner is mostly a time-saving mod. The thing it does is it makes it so that as soon as you mine a vein of ores inside of Minecraft, it will mine the entire vein at once. So you only have to mine a single ore connected to the rest of the vein, and bam, the entire vein is yours. Now, while this might seem overpowered, it is really not. The only thing it truly does is save time. And the reason for that is that the durability of your pickaxe will decrease in the same speed it would decrease at if you would mine every single ore individually. So durability wise, you're not saving anything, only time wise, which is awesome. Now by default, Vein Miner only works on ores, but it has a pretty significant config file where you can also add other blocks, like for example logs. So you can make it so you mine the whole tree when you mine just a single log with an axe. It is really cool, and I kind of feel like it's a necessity if you like playing Minecraft survival, as it just saves so much time. Now the next mod on today's list, in my opinion, goes very well together with Item Highlighter and Legendary Tooltips. Both mods we've checked out earlier today, and it is none other than Item Borders. So this is a mod that will put borders around rare Minecraft items. So for example, chainmail armor or the mace, but also things like the enchanted golden apple, a heavy core or sea of the heart, ominous potions as well, or things like an elytra or a recovery compass. All of these are considered rare items inside of Minecraft. And by having a little border around them, it will just highlight them a bit more. So that first of all, you will notice them right away, but also you won't accidentally get rid of them. It is kind of cool. And one of those mods that you should just have installed on your client. And while playing, you will notice how nice it actually is to have these items highlighted this way. I really like it. Something else I really like is the next mod, Chest Tracker. So this is a mod that allows you to track items that are located inside of chests. So when I open this chest here on the left, you can see there are some jungle logs inside. But something else you will see is a little magnifying glass in the top right. When we click on it, we will get to the Chest Tracker menu. And over here you will still see the jungle log, but also grass blocks. Now those grass blocks were not in the chest we just opened. So where are they? Well, when you click on them, you will see that this chest now gets highlighted. When we open it up, there they are, the grass blocks. Now, if you don't want items in a certain chest to be trackable, you can click on the Remember Container button to disable that, and you can even rename a container if you want. In the chest tracker menu itself, you also have the option to switch between container types. So currently it grabs all containers, but if you know that a certain item is, for example, located inside of a shulker box, you can also make it so it only checks those. It is really cool, especially if you've been playing in a world for a long time and you're starting to lose track of where your items are located. This mod can help you out significantly. Now, the next mod of today is one made specifically for people like me. You know, you're just walking around in a beautiful survival world, having an incredible time, and all of a sudden you notice that your tadpole is missing. Where did it go? I have no clue. We lost it. It can't just be me. Anyhow, you can make it so that this never happens to you anymore with a mod called Item Locks, because it allows you to lock items inside of your inventory. All you have to do is hover an item, press C, and click on it. And there we go. It is now locked, which means I can no longer move it. It is stuck in this inventory slot, and I'm also completely unable to drop it. Now, if you want to unlock an item, you can just do that in the same way. Hover the item, press C, click, and there we go. Now you can drop it again. And this is so incredibly useful, especially for those rare items you can't afford losing. From locking rare items, we're going to finding rare items. This next mod helps you do that. It is called Netherite Compass, and it adds a compass to your game that will help you find netherite. So you can craft it by combining a smithing template together with a recovery compass and a netherite ingot inside of a smithing table. All this together will give you the Netherite Compass, and this compass will lead you straight to netherite. So it will tell you to go in a certain direction, and going in that direction will pretty much guarantee you to find ancient debris. Now, while this might seem very overpowered, and don't get me wrong, it does still try to keep it somewhat fair. So to craft a netherite compass, you do already need some netherite, meaning you will need to have found some before you can even craft a compass in the first place. You also need a template, which is quite hard to find, and even if you have the netherite compass, it won't just give you netherite, it will just tell you in which direction to go. You still have to look for it yourself, which in the nether can be quite challenging. So it makes it easier, that's for sure, but it's still not really a guarantee. And if you have a hard time finding ancient debris in Minecraft, this might just be a mod for you. Another mod that might help you a lot in Minecraft survival is Enchantment Lore. This is a mod that allows you to read enchantment books as if it were just regular books in Minecraft. So this, for example, is an enchanted book of Frostwalker 2. But let's say this is the first time you ever see this enchantment and you don't really know what its effects are and what it does. You can now simply right-click the book to open it up, and it will give you information about that enchantment. You can see what items it is compatible with, so in this case, only boots, and then it will also explain what it does. So freezes water sources into frosted ice within a radius of 2+ level around the player. And that is all information we now know. When we open the next book, bam, we can see all information about Aqua Infinity, what it is compatible with, a detailed explanation of what it does, just a whole bunch of details. And especially with enchantments that a lot of people struggle with, like Bane of Arthropods, this can be so incredibly useful. So if you don't play Minecraft Survival that often, or you just generally struggle knowing what certain enchantments do, Enchantment Lore can really help you out with that. The next mod is one of my personal favorites. It is called Potion Rings, and it is a mod that adds rings to Minecraft, which will give you potion effects. So normal potions are nice and cool and all, but they have one big downside. They have a time limit. And if they wear out, the potion effect is gone. Potion rings though allow you to have a permanent potion effect as long as you're wearing it. So this is a ring of haste, which will give you permanent haste. This is a ring of jump boost, which will give you a permanent jump boost. And all you need to do to apply them is simply put them inside of the ring slot in your inventory. In total, you will have 2 ring slots available, which means you can have 2 permanent effects at once. Now, crafting the initial potion ring is a matter of combining gold ingot together with a block of lapis lazuli, and as soon as you have the base ring without any effects applied yet, you can surround it with different type of items to apply different effects. So surrounding it with emeralds will give you a ring of haste, while surrounding it with blaze powder will give you a ring of strength. Definitely a super cool mod to have, and while it might be a little overpowered, if you're gonna add a bunch of mods anyway that add custom items, custom ores, custom blocks and effects, having a permanent potion effect is nothing in comparison. Now the next mini mod showcase mod was Hey Wiki. Now Hey Wiki is a mod that will allow you to pull up a wiki page of anything you're looking at or holding inside of Minecraft. So when I look at grass and then press on H, which is the default shortcut for this plugin, it will open up this little menu where it will show you some default information about the block or item, and when you click on open in browser, it will directly open up the Minecraft wiki. Now this works for any block in Minecraft, and it works for mobs as well. So when I look at a horse and click on H, it will open the menu for a horse. If you're holding an item in your hand, you can do Alt plus H to open the menu for that item or block. And if you want to look up the wiki page of a block you don't have right now, but you know what it's called, you can click on B. This will then open the search in Minecraft wiki menu. And over here, you can search for anything. So when I look for example, oak, I will get the list with all the items in Minecraft that have the word oak in their name. And now I can simply double click on one to open the wiki for that item. That can for sure be extremely useful. Now the next mod we're gonna take a look at is called Eternal Pets. And it is a mod that will make your pets eternal. So all of your Minecraft pets, like a parrot, a wolf and a cat, will now respawn if they end up dying. You can customize in the config how long it should take before a mob respawns. By default it is 3 minutes, but this basically means that if one of your pets somehow ends up not being there anymore, it will now automatically spawn back into your world, which is actually amazing for pet lovers. Now you might wonder, how do I get rid of my pets if I want to? Well, the only way to now get rid of them is traveling to a Soul Sand Valley biome inside of the Nether. When you kill a pet inside of this biome specifically, they will no longer respawn. This way you will still have full control over who travels along with you. Now the next mod, and this one is really useful, is Hotbar Swapper. So Hotbar Swapper is a mod that allows you to easily swap your hotbar with a different row inside of your inventory, just like you're able to do in other popular games like, for example, Stardew Valley. So this is my current inventory, but let's say I now want all of these enchanted golden apples in my hotbar all at once. Well, that is something we can now easily do. All you have to do is press and hold the sprint button, which by default is control. And then when you scroll your scroll wheel, you can see that small little icons appear in the bottom right of every single item. Those are items located on a different row in my inventory. And when I let go of control, the whole inventory row will switch. Now I wanted the enchanted golden apples, so let me scroll once more. There we go. And now I will let go of control, and bam, the whole inventory row has just been swapped. But let's say now I want the spawn eggs. Hold control again, scroll 1, 2, 3 times, and bam, we got them. Now we can spawn in mushrooms because they're cute. Hello. Now you can see how immensely easy this is to use, but it can be even better. Because when you don't just hold the sprint button, but also the sneak button alongside it, you can swap just a single inventory slot. So let's say I no longer need the node block, but I want the breeze rod in my hotbar. And I know that the breeze rod is located above the node block in my inventory. In that case, I can just do sprint and sneak, scroll once, and there we go. We got the breeze rod. And you can see both items have just swapped places. So that means that the enchantment table can be swapped for either the heavy core or the enchanted golden apple, just like you can see over here. Now, after you've gotten used to this one, it will be so incredibly useful. And you can swap through your entire inventory in a matter of seconds. Personally, I absolutely love this mod. Alright, we only have 2 more mods to take a look at. And the second to last mod of today is Auto Tools. Now, Auto Tool is a mod that will automatically give you the best tool to break a certain block. In other words, when without any tools, I click on stone and I want to start mining it, it will force a pickaxe into my hand. But when, after that, I want to start destroying a gravel block, it will automatically give me a shovel. When I then start chopping down a tree, no matter if I have a tool in my hand or not, it will give me the eggs. And when I decide to get angry at a bunny, for example, it will automatically give me the eggs again. Why the eggs? Because it is the item that does the most damage currently in my inventory. If I wouldn't have the eggs and I would then start hitting the bunny, it would of course give me the sword. I can't stretch enough how incredibly useful this mod is. It is incredible. Now, if you have mod menu installed, you can simply customize some settings. Like for example, if you want to toggle it on, or if you would prefer having to press on a button every single time a better tool might be available. If you want it to be disabled in creative mode, yes or no. But something you can even do is prefer Silk Touch. It will try to automatically grab a tool that has Silk Touch. And you can also choose this for Fortune. Now definitely make sure to not use this mod on a multiplayer server, as the anti-cheat of that server will most definitely flag you for cheating. And then it is finally time for the last mod of Minimod Showcase 2024. And with that, also the last mod of today's video. And it is none other than Model Shifter. Model Shifter is a mod for Minecraft that allows you to change your player model. The mod was developed by CodingCat and released by my own Modrinf organization, MemberCat Studios. In the options menu, you will see a brand new button that says Model Shifter. When you click on there, you will have a choice between all sorts of player models that you can choose from. From a frog, to a ghost, to an enderman, to a square. You can even be a fly if you want. And while we are totally aware there are not that many models here yet, creating models takes quite a long time, and we are still actively adding new models every couple weeks. You can decide yourself as well if you want models to show on everyone, only your own player model, or only on player models of other players. And by clicking on the settings button here in the top right, you can also add specific players and select a player model for them. So if I would for example add Bread Shop, which is my second Minecraft account, there we go, there he is. Now I can click on select model and make it so he always appears like a croissant. So now this will be Bread Shop as soon as I stumble upon him inside of a Minecraft server. And that's gonna be it for today. I want to thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for checking out Minimod Showcase. In case you did, do make sure to subscribe to my channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye, see you later, bye bye.